Welcome to Watch Next. In this video, we are going to count down 5 new worth-watching series of 2023. So if you are looking for what to watch next, make sure to keep watching this video. Number 5. Love and Death. If you're into true crime, you've probably heard about Betty Gore's 1980 murder and the horrific story of her friend Candy Montgomery, who was accused of brutally killing her with an axe. Love and Death is a new HBO Max series based on these true horrible events. Candy Montgomery's transformation from a brilliant, pious Christian housewife to a cruel axe murderer is explored in depth in Love and Death, as does the strange affair that started it all. The series brings us some very familiar faces, with Elizabeth Olsen leading the cast as Candy Montgomery, Lily Rabe as Betty Gore, and Jesse Plemons as Betty Gore's husband who starts an affair with Candy Montgomery. The limited series has a 60% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes and an 8 rating on IMDb.
Would you be interested in having an affair?
Number 4. Tiny Beautiful Things. Tiny Beautiful Things is a comedy-drama limited series based on Cheryl Strayed's best-selling book and stars Kathryn Hahn as Claire Kincaid, a struggling writer who becomes a revered advice columnist even though her own life is a mess. Claire's marriage to her husband Danny is damaged, her teenage daughter, Ray, is also pushing her away, and her once promising writing career is non-existent. Even though she thinks she has no business giving anyone advice, she reluctantly takes the job as the advice columnist. As she gives advice, she starts reliving her most crucial experiences from childhood to the present day, uncovering the beauty, difficulty, and comedy in her unhealed wounds and showing us that we are not beyond rescue, and that it's our stories that will ultimately save us. While the series is deep and dark, there's good comedy interwoven to keep you from getting too far in the pits. The 8-episode limited series has a 90% score on Rotten Tomatoes and a 7.3 rating on IMDb. Number 3. Beef. On number 3 we have one of the best TV series of 2023 so far. Beef is a dark comedy drama limited series created by Korean director Lee Sung-jin for Netflix, and the story revolves around 2 people whose involvement in a road rage incident turns them into enemies. Danny, a failing contractor with a chip on his shoulder, goes head-to-head with Amy, a self-made entrepreneur with a picturesque life. This tit-for-tat relationship leads to escalating acts of revenge as Amy and Danny learn about each other's identities and families and become more and more involved in each other's lives. Show creator Lee Sung-jin developed the series after being inspired by a real-life traffic altercation that he had with a stranger. The show has acclaimed very positive reviews. Critics have loved the leading actors' performances, as well as the writing and directing of the show. With the solid writing and deeply human and flawed characters, and a brilliant soundtrack, the show can be considered one of the best shows of the year. Beef has a 98% critic score and an 8.2 rating on IMDb.
Babe?
Number 2. The 4th season of Barry. HBO's Emmy winner dark comedy is coming to an end with its 4th season. The show follows Barry Berkman, an ex-Marine who works as a professional hitman. Lonely and dissatisfied with life, he travels to Los Angeles to kill a target and finds a new sense of purpose when he joins a class full of aspiring actors. However, he struggles to untangle himself from the world of contract killing and keep his past a secret from his new friends. Following the story, things took a shocking turn in Season 3, with Barry finding he could no longer escape the sins of his past. And apparently on the final season we get to see Barry atone for his sins. If you like to see dark comedy, bloody action, nail-biting tension, and stellar performances, do not miss Barry. The final season of the acclaimed series has a 99% critic score, and the series has an 8.4 rating on IMDb.
You better run for your life.
Number 1. The 4th season of Succession. Similar to Barry, Succession is having its 4th and final season this year. It's sad and exciting at the same time to see one of the best TV shows of all time is coming to its end. The show, created by Jesse Armstrong, centers around the ultra-wealthy Roy family who are in control of media empire Waystar Royco. Since its 2018 premiere, the dark and often comedic drama has mostly focused on the power struggle between Logan Roy and his wannabe successor son, Kendall. After a climactic Season 3 finale, it's safe to say that Season 4 of Succession couldn't be any more hotly anticipated. Now with the final season, Kendall, Shiv, and Roman are back on the small screen to compete for the highest standing position at their father's media firm. Succession has received widespread critical acclaim for its writing, acting, musical score, directing, and production values. The show has an 8.8 rating on IMDb, and its final season has a 98% critic score.